So we want to talk about what women bring to the table. Should they bring something apart from their good look, their sexy body? Should they bring more to the table for a man? Let's talk about it. I'm going to start by just asking Lee a question. Have you ever dated anybody that is not your race?
Yes, I have. I've dated a woman that was not my race.
Okay.
It is slightly different, but then it's similar.
It's similar.
It's
okay.
very similar.
And why do you even come to this conclusion that women should bring more to the table than their physicality?
You know, what I think is everything, when it comes to relationships, I think it comes with communication first. You have to communicate. The best way to really start a relationship is by learning one another, learning what she is comfortable in giving, learning what I'm comfortable in giving. And the thing about it, you have to come to an agreement on what comes to the table. So when it comes to dating, if I ask a woman out to date, you know, I don't think money should be an issue because I asked her for a date. But now if that woman feels that every time we go out, she wants me to pay, and some men are good with that. Some men is like, I'm not going to always have it all the time. Or, you know, I want her to be able to, at least if I buy the movie tickets, let her at least buy the popcorn and drink sometime. Or you have some women that don't want a man paying for anything for her. She feels that she's very self-sufficient, that she wants to pay her own part and you pay your own part, or she will pay for everything. But mainly, a lot of the women nowadays that I experience, they want you to pay for everything. And everything. Now, if you're good with that, then it's okay, but you need to learn and put that in communication to say that that is okay, or if it's not, because you don't want to feel uncomfortable. The worst thing that could happen is that you break your peace, because you're supposed to have even more peace when you're with your woman than you are to yourself sometimes. You want to create that. So if you feel still paying, it's just so routine, and it's not about just the money, but everything. It's like I'm doing all the work and she's only just bringing to the table her good looks or sex or what have you. You know, a man could tend to feel lonely and feel I could do better because of course you have the notion that I could do bad by myself or I could do good by myself. So I think about learning your mate first. You have to learn, you know, what her likes or what she can do and what she can bring. You know, I don't believe in 50-50 love. I believe in 80 at least. I'm not going to get 100 out of anything.
80 to 20, that's a lot for me. If you have somebody that can give you 80, bro, that's really good. But for me, I would take 51, you know, because I know it can never be 50-50. But you said something earlier on, though. Let me ask you a question on that. Do you think women should know automatically to bring something to the table, or they need to be taught?
I think that there's no perfect system, you know. Even if a man could have it, most of the time, any accidents could happen. Oh, I left my wallet at home. Babe, can you take care of this? And then she can't. That's a problem. We're both stuck. So she should be capable. Not necessarily I may want to take from her, anything like that.
So that depends on the kind of a woman, right? Because let's be honest, they are all different. You have women that they know these things, you know, based on their own experiences, right? Mm-hmm. They know how to treat a man. They know that when a man takes them out, you know, they know how to contribute. You take somebody out the first time, you paid for everything. In a good restaurant, two of you can easily spend $250 to $300. Let's say you go out on Friday night, you spend $250 on this girl. You go out on Saturday, you spend another $150. The following week, you go out, you spend another $200. Remember, you just met this girl, you are getting to know her. How long would you wait If she's not doing anything, how would you handle that as a man? If she's just expecting you to take her out and pay for everything, how would you handle that if she's not taking an action to bring something else onto the table?
But you know, the thing about it is that it comes with the communication once again. If I ask a woman, okay, let's go out, then I have to be prepared. It's all about preparation and communication to me. I think that it's going to be times that you're going to have to tell, the lady that you're dating, no. No is not always no forever. It could be a not now, but a no could mean no, I'm not ready to do this at this time. Or I'm not ready to go to that extent to take you out there and do this and do that. Let's sort of lower our scales. Now, a lot of things depend on her action right after that. Because if she thinking...
One second, when you say after that, after what? How many times?
Yeah, instead of going to the extravagant restaurants and all of this, okay, can we just go to Olive Garden? Can we go to something that, that I can afford?
You know that Western women don't want to go to Olive Garden, bro. Let's be honest. One, they don't want to go to a cheesecake factory. I'm talking about in the beginning, when you're getting to know somebody, right? Of course, you want to take her to somewhere nice. You don't have to. You don't have to take her anywhere in the beginning. But if you do, it's okay because we want to treat them good, and it's okay to take that woman to a nice place in the beginning. But do you have to as a man? No, you don't. Because I believe that if she likes you, many women, they want to spend time with you.
Okay.
She wants to spend time with you. It does not really matter where you take her per se. Look, if you ask her to go for a walk, she will go to walk with you. She will, anywhere, But if you take her to an expensive restaurant, she will go too. But it's okay. But we don't have to put it on ourselves as a man that we have to take this woman to an expensive restaurant and pay for everything. First time, second time, third time, fourth time. But at what time do you want to have personally, bro, okay, I won't have a conversation with this woman.
Right. So now it's getting to the point, like I said, I go back to communication. You got to know what you have here. That when it comes down to understand who you're with, learning the woman that you're with. Are you dating a girl? Are you dating a mature woman? Or are you dating a gold digger? So you need to understand who you're dating. Like I said, sometimes that comes very important in learning your mate, because if the woman is really into you and she really likes you, it doesn't matter where you go because she wants to be with you.
Yes.
So you got to understand the value in that woman that you have.
Yep.
And of course, it's a lot of women that are out there that are into materialistic things, not really into you.
Yes.
You deal with people according to knowledge. You learn your woman and you see what you're dealing with, because you may be dealing with someone that is out to get all you have. And as hard as you work for what you have, she's trying to find a way to separate it. While her account is going up, yours is slowly going down, that you wouldn't have no choice but to eat Jack in the Box.
Correct.
So understand the woman that you have. Am I dating a little girl that is afraid of life, or am I dating a woman, or am I dating a gold digger? So it's just a point. You have to learn your mate and then understand what you're with and what you're dealing with in order to continue a relationship that's going to be a long-term relationship. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it can be someone that you just dated. She's just not my cup of tea. Oh, I can't wait to see her, and I want this relationship to even build to something even stronger in the future. I think that in my experience, the father wasn't there for the women that I have dated, or they had a strange relationship. It's so important in learning your woman, understand what kind of relationship she had with her father and her mother. And that way, I have to know, can this woman survive with me through difficult times? Because, anyone can lose their job or what have you. Will she be able to have my back, or vice versa? If she lose her job and we finally I'm going a little bit ahead of myself. If we had a stronger relationship and one of us is not able to provide, how can she adapt to that? So it's a lot of things I need to learn from her, where she's going, what are her goals, what are her aspirations? Do she love her father? There's so many things that I have to learn about this woman before I continue to open my heart and engage with this woman. So I have to protect my heart too, because I don't want to be in a relationship that it's all work and there's no peace, there's no pleasure, there's just nothing but a job.
So you think that Western women require more work?
What I think is that it comes down to the value. A lot of women I came across, it's all about, it's beneath beneath me as a man.
Actually, let's break this thing down.
It's beneath me as a man to ask her to pay for anything, but it's not all about just the money.
Uh-huh.
It's also about, I don't want to be with a woman that won't respect me, or a woman that belittles me and talk down to me. You got to understand, you want to maintain your peace. You don't want to stress out being with that woman just because she's fine and got a this and got that and got, that's all she brings to the table. Because like I said, it ain't really a healthy right thing to go out and just grab a woman and pay her for sex if that's all that is. I want a woman of value. I want a woman that knows how to support me as I support her. Now that is not only meant in money, that meant in agreeing to my goals of being the best that I could be in life. So, like I said, it's a lot of things that I have to learn about this woman. I need to sit down and I want to know the things that she loved to do. I need to sit down and realize what makes her mad. Can she accept my friends? Can she accept my job? Maybe I'm happy doing this job.
So if I'm listening to you, bro, I could be wrong. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong. But I really think this applies to a lot of Western women culture, the culture we have here in America, especially in America, because a lot of Western women feel entitled. A lot of them, not all of them, but many of them feel entitled, So anyway, that's a different topic. You brought up something very interesting, which I also want to bring up in another topic. You said you want to feel peace with the woman, but that's a completely different topic. So let me ask you this. When a woman starts asking you for big help, I'm talking about, I'm not small helps like she needs $50, $100, no big deal, but she now needs you to pay her rent. She's asking you for help for a car payment. Something big that not ordinary men with a regular job can easily afford all the time. What do you think in that case? Have you ever been in that situation where?
Yes, I have. I've loaned a person some money for a rent.
How many times though? Because you say one time, two times might not be a big deal.
That's when it comes down to communication, the words. If she say, "Can you loan me?" Mm-hmm. Then you build up trust if she actually pays you back. But then
women don't pay back though.
Now I noticed that. But then it's a different thing if the words of "give me," then I could feel saying, okay, if I give it to her, I'm not expecting it back. But if she say loan, then I'm expecting, okay.
Do you really think your girlfriend will ask you to loan her money?
Well, some people, they do ask to loan me the money until my next paycheck or what have you.
I've never been that kind of relationship.
I've been,
I think that is very gay. That is very, I don't know the word to use for it, but why would your woman be asking you for a loan?
Sometimes I wouldn't give her a quick answer. I wouldn't do it. I had to sit down and think about it. I have to think about, we haven't been together that long. I don't even know you that well. I don't even know that much if I can even trust you to even give it back. Or should I just say I'm giving like a donation, to someone, like I'm giving money in church?
So let me ask you this. If she asks you to borrow money, do you expect it back? Honestly.
If she stated that she was
So
going to
if you are in a relationship with this woman and she asks you for a loan, I won't expect it back.
You wouldn't
In the first place, I wouldn't even give her a loan. You know, I will just consider it as something I.
Well, if you know,
If we are in a relationship, I'm talking
right,
about.
but we're
being in a
talking now.
relationship.
When you stated, understand, you said a few months. That's not long enough time to build.
Yeah,
so now it'll be different if you guys have been together for a few years or something like that. You have enough time to entrust everything
So
that she is a person that is very, if she's always been faithful to her word, faithful, and never, rarely ever, swayed away from that. So we're talking about a person that's been, how long have we been together? If you're somebody for a short time, that's a huge decision. So we're talking about dealing with people according to knowledge. So far everything will be fine for a couple of months, but now to give her a loan of $1,500 or something, you just met her. I would say no.
So would you
because
say,
I don't know.
That's what you said earlier on. That might be a gold digger, man.
It could. That's right. You're trying to find out if she's a gold digger or not. Then she's supposed to be paying her rent, and I just drove past and actually walked down, in this mall, and I see her up in there getting her nails and her toes done and everything. And of course, it's going to make me like, wow, but she didn't have money for the rent or whatever she's paying, but she got enough to get those nails done. And I see that would turn me off cold. That would really, so like I said, we're looking at, you need to learn your mate. That time you need to understand who you're dealing with. Like I said, you got to find out, is that a little girl afraid of life? Is that a woman, mature woman, or is that a gold digger? So you got to understand what you're dealing with that woman.
Can you repeat that?
A little girl is afraid of life.
A little girl.
So a woman, a mature woman, or a gold digger.
Okay. Can we do a separate topic on just those? I want to have a conversation with you on, because in many cases, we men, sometimes we think we are dealing with a woman, but rather we're actually dealing with a girl. She just look like a woman. But we're dealing with a girl. Then the other one is we are dealing with a woman. When we are dealing with a woman, sometimes we men, we still don't know we are dealing with a woman. We think we are still dealing with a little girl. That's why some men mess up, because she is a real woman, but the man is not mature enough to know that he is dealing with a real woman, not a little girl. Then the gold digger, some men, that's what they want. And some women, actually not some, many, that's who they are. But men, we just don't know in the beginning. It's the responsibility of a man to know whether he's dealing with a girl, a woman, or a gold digger. That responsibility comes down to a man. That I want to do in a separate video with you, because we can go deeper into that. So before we close this video today, because we are going very long, let me ask you this question and I will let you just finish this one. What do you think the first thing that you as a man expect a woman to bring to the table? First thing, not the only thing, but the first thing she should bring to the table for a man.
The first thing
out of many.
The truth.
Okay, so my man here said, the first thing a woman should bring to the table for a man is the truth. Should a man do the same thing?
So when learning a woman, you gotta just don't put too much on the first date. It's just the first date. You just, hi, how you doing? Very friendly kind of atmosphere. But when you're putting your whole life expectation on a person on the first date, it's easy to lose them. I think that it starts slowly. And of course, just being truthful, being just relaxed, being yourself. You don't have to be somebody you're not. You know what I mean? So understand, it comes down to me. I look at it, if I was summarizing it, I am the captain of the ship. And I got to know who's on board. I need to know my crew. So I get to know who I'm working with. I need to know her, and it takes a few dates in order to know her and know what she is capable of, And I think communication, back to that, is a number one key in a good relationship. Now, if a man wants to pay for everything all the time, there's nothing wrong with that if both have that agreement. Or if a woman wants to pay for stuff most of the time, that's fine. But as long as both are in agreement, then I don't see a problem. But it only becomes a problem if each of the parties are not at peace.
Okay. So lastly, what would you tell somebody, a guy, a man, this conversation is directly to a man that just started dating this lady. What kind of advice would you give that man on what to expect from dating?
Well, number one, the first thing I would say, don't ever compromise your morals.
Did you hear that?
Don't compromise your morals. You got to make sure that, if I love God and she cuss like a sailor and all this other stuff, ghetto and all, you need to understand that to me is a little child afraid of life. You know what I mean? You never compromise your morals. Morals are very important. They keep you strong. You know what I mean? Your faith and everything. Faith is good in a relationship, especially if you both love God. Now, but it comes down to communication. But one date, be nice. You know what I mean? And bringing flowers is okay. I think it's a good thing. But what I would tell anyone, no matter what woman you do come in contact with, if you have to be with peace within yourself, and you got to know your morals. You know what I mean? You got to know exactly if she's comfortable with you and you're comfortable with her, because you got to find that safe ground for both of you. And you got to realize that this is just a first date, and I'm excited. Let's have a good time. You know what I mean? Do something simple. You know
what I would say?
What?
To that man?
What would you say?
Be wise. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
All right, good enough.